Today, I will be trading Ja'Marr Chase to different NFL teams every single year for the next 5 years to see how many Super Bowls he can win. So year 1 is going to start right where they are in real life right now. At the week 12 point, the Bengals are 6-4. Ja'Marr Chase, after the season, no matter if they win the Super Bowl, if they lose in the playoffs, they don't make the playoffs, he will be traded to a random NFL team. But we are going to start by simulating the rest of the season and see how he does. So the regular season for year number 1 is over. Bengals go 9-8. Let's see how Ja'Marr Chase did. To end off the season, they did make the playoffs though. They'll be facing the Bills in the first round, which is going to be a very, very tough game. But if we go ahead and we take a look at Ja'Marr Chase's stats, you have to remember he did miss 2 games with that hip injury, so only played 15 games. In 15 games, had about 1,200 yards receiving. He had 9 touchdowns along of a 60-yard reception with 88 catches. A pretty good season that he missed 2 games with. I'm sure he'll be better next year as well. But for those who've watched these type of videos before, now we jump into the playoff games. We are going to super sim, and if they get close at some point, we are going to jump in and see if the Bengals can upset the Bills and move on to the next round. Right now, they're up 6-0 though. It's a field goal game back and forth. Nobody can score a touchdown. It's 9-6. We're in the second half. Bills finally put a touchdown on the board. Bengals answer with their own touchdown. Bills tie it up. We got a very tight game. We got a 16-26 game. I guess Joe Burrow turned it over. Someone turned it over. And the Bills have the ball back at the Bengals 33. It looks like Ja'Marr Chase and the Bengals are going to go home in the first round of the wild card. Not surprised here. Bengals were 9-8. Bills were 13-4. Let's see where Ja'Marr is going. So now we see which team Ja'Marr is going to go to in year number 2. Obviously, he can go anywhere but the Cincinnati Bengals. After this, he can never come back to the Bengals. He cannot be on the same team twice in this simulation. He is going to go to the New York Jets. Honestly, no idea what to think. Zach Wilson, when I'm recording this, is benched in real life. Who is going to be their quarterback? We'll see what happens. Ja'Marr Chase's new teammates on the Jets. Major downgrade at the quarterback spot from Joe Burrow to Zach Wilson. Does have Garrett Wilson at the wide receiver 2. Breece Hall is back coming off that injury. Corey Davis at the wide receiver 4. Tyler Conklin at the tight end spot. Offensive line is decent, and the defense of the Jets is going to have to carry this team. Zach Wilson just get the ball to Ja'Marr, and Garrett Wilson let them make the plays. Going into week 8, the Jets are on their bye, but they are 5-2, 1 game behind the 6-1 Buffalo Bills. So pretty impressed right now with the Jets. Definitely better than I thought. Zach Wilson actually middle of the pack here in terms of passing yards and touchdowns, which is fine. He's 7th in the league in passer rating, which is really good when you have a guy like Ja'Marr Chase, Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis on your team. So through 7 games, Ja'Marr Chase, 529 yards receiving. Definitely think he'll break that 1,000-yard threshold once again. But the Jets have a chance at the playoffs. So from 5-2 in the beginning of the season, they are now 8-8. But the Jets do still have a chance to make the playoffs. They are tied with the Patriots at 8-8. They have the advantage over them. They're also tied with the Steelers, so they need some help. Jets have to win against the Raiders, who are 7-9, and the Patriots and the Steelers are going to have to lose. But we are going to jump into this game with the Raiders in week 18 because they do have to win, and if they don't win, we want to see Ja'Marr Chase on the Jets for at least 1 game. So we are going to jump in now because the Jets are down 7-0. We're going to watch a couple plays. We'd like to see Ja'Marr Chase get the ball, and then we'll skip to the end of the game again. Let's see Zach Wilson dropping back to pass. Not going to get it to Ja'Marr Chase. Going to get it to Garrett Wilson. But I want to see Ja'Marr catch like 1 ball. Then we'll skip to the end. See if they have a chance to win. If it's close, we will jump on the field again. Come on, get this ball to Ja'Marr Chase. I think he's rocking the number 10 for the Jets because number 1 Sauce Gardner. So number 1, I guess, wasn't available for Chase. And there's Garrett Wilson again. That probably should have been picked off. I'm going to jump in here. I want to get the ball to Chase just once. I'm going to play 1 play. Raiders have the momentum right now. Can we get the ball to Ja'Marr Chase? Yes, we can. Should we gritty? Oh, we couldn't find the end zone. I don't really want to decide who's going to win here by me actually playing. So we're going to go back into sim mode. But we are going to jump on the field and see if they can tie this one up. So let's see. They get the ball to 3. Chase isn't even going to be out there. Looks like James Robinson in the backfield. They got to get a touchdown. Like I said, win and get in, possibly, if they could get some help as well. James Robinson fights to the 1. Chase is out there, but I don't know if they're going to throw from basically like the half-yard line. They are going to throw it. They don't look for Ja'Marr. Garrett Wilson was great this drive. He scores the touchdown, but we have a tie game. And now we fast forward to the end of the game. Raiders up 14-7, 21-7. Can the Jets make it 21-14? They can at the end of the half. Raiders don't get any points, but they score right out of the half. Make it 28-14. 21-28 though. Jets have a chance. They got to stop the Raiders. Do they have the ball? Oh, the Jets do have the ball. And he's picked off. Zach Wilson gives up an interception. The Raiders guarantee 3 points. They score a touchdown. The Jets do get a touchdown, though, very quickly. But it looks like the Raiders killed all their timeouts, and it looks like Ja'Marr Chase, yep, they get a first down. Ja'Marr Chase getting traded again. So with that, the Jets did miss the playoffs, but we got to go ahead, take a look at Ja'Marr Chase's stats. Zach Wilson, again, pretty middle of the pack, wasn't bad, wasn't necessarily good either, but Ja'Marr Chase, 1,273 receiving yards with 77 catches in 17 games played. Another year with the longest reception for him being 60 yards with 6 touchdowns. And now we see, where is Ja'Marr Chase going? He's been on the Jets. He's been on the Bengals, obviously. We need one more team. Eagles would be great. Don't go to the Jags. Go to the Eagles. Just makes it for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's going to be on a very good team. So when Ja'Marr was going to the Eagles, I thought the quarterback was going to be Jalen Hurts. But as you can see, Jimmy Garoppolo is the starting quarterback for the Eagles. I guess Jalen went to a different team. He didn't like the contract they gave him, so he signed elsewhere. But other than that, this team is absolutely stacked. Miles Sanders, 87 overall running back. AJ Brown, 94. Obviously, you have Ja'Marr Chase, 92 overall at the wide receiver too. Then you have OBJ and Devontae Smith, 87 overall. Offensive line is solid. You still have Lane Johnson and a 90 overall Dallas Goedert. Then when you get to the defensive side of the ball, Darius Slay is still here with a superstar ability. Edwards, you have Davis, Fletcher Cox, a little past his prime, but he's still a 79 overall. He'll be that veteran piece towards the Super Bowl, hopefully. And we have CJ Gardner-Johnson at the strong safety. So a very good team all around. As soon as I said they're going to be a good roster, at week 8, the Eagles are 3-4. I don't know how that's possible. They have a very good team. Jimmy Garoppolo is a decent offensive line. He's actually first in the league in passing touchdowns, 5th in the league in passing yards. So he's having an amazing season right now. 20 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. So really, what is the problem? Is it the defense? I guess it could be, but I didn't expect that. Ja'Marr Chase, though, through 7 games, 36 catches, 477 yards. He does have to compete with AJ Brown, Goddard, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders. OBJ only has, he's even had 1 catch yet in 3 games. I don't know what's going on with OBJ, but this team is so stacked at the skilled position, so I don't think Ja'Marr is going to have a ridiculous season in terms of stats. I really can't believe going into week 18, the Eagles are only 7-9. They're out of playoffs. Ja'Marr Chase, back-to-back years, not going to make the playoffs. They're facing an 11-5 Saints team. But I am so surprised. I thought this roster was going to be really good, and it is a very good roster, so I really don't know what the problem was with them. We are going to jump in, though, once again and see if we can get a catch with Ja'Marr Chase, and we almost get picked off, but we're going to play. Let's get a drive with him, honestly, because it doesn't really matter. They're not going to make playoffs anyway, so we might as well get a touchdown with Ja'Marr Chase and get a gritty for the video. So we're going to get a touchdown with Ja'Marr here. Really don't know what the issue is, because honestly, this roster offensively kind of looks like a Pro Bowl roster at some points. Gotta see if we can pick up this first down, though. It's a challenge at the moment. I fell to the wrong button, but we're going to have Devontae Smith come back and make the catch just to pick up the first down. I did mean to throw it to Ja'Marr, but honestly, probably better I didn't throw it to Ja'Marr, because it probably would have been an interception because he was guarded. See if we can hit Ja'Marr this time. Jimmy one-on-one. I got to go to Ja'Marr. Oh, and it's dropped. I think Ja'Marr could be open here on 4 verticals. The pass lead that. Perfect pass by Jimmy. Gets down to the 2-yard line. Now we see if we can get him in. I'm going to go with the RPO. I hope he gets open here. Oh, and Ja'Marr Chase. He definitely wasn't open, but I don't care. Let's get a gritty in the video. Ja'Marr Chase gritty in for the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, who's walking in front of the gritty right now? There it is. He's rocking the number 10 for the Eagles. Obviously, they're not going to make the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter, but let's check out his stats to end the season. For the 3rd straight year, Ja'Marr Chase does crack that 1,000 yards receiving mark with 84 catches this year. He did have 8 touchdowns, which is pretty good, and he played every single game. So he played 17 games, 84 catches, over 1,100 yards. Pretty good season. 2 more years to go, and Ja'Marr Chase has yet to make it to the divisional round, which is crazy. First time so far in any simulation that has happened that we've done in this series, and this is like the 4th or 5th one we've done. He's gonna go to the Commanders, which honestly might not be too bad depending on who they have on defense. I don't know about their quarterback situation, though. The roster for the Commanders is interesting. You're going to pair Ja'Marr Chase up once again with another excellent wide receiver, 98 overall, X Factor, Terry McLaurin. Ja'Marr Chase can't even get an ability in year 4. He went down from a superstar to no abilities. I thought he'd be an X Factor by now. An auto-generated quarterback. Offensive line is pretty mediocre, right in the middle of the NFL, probably. High 70s, low 80s across the board with 1 X Factor, though. But the defense, defense, absolutely stacked. Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, Payne, Chase Young, Curl in the secondary, Fuller as well at the cornerback position. This is a defense that if the offense just plays decently can make the playoffs. At midseason, Commanders are 4-3, so they do have a chance at the playoffs. Very tight NFC East. This is a big matchup though. They're going up against the Cowboys, who are 5-2 at home. But let's take a look at the stats for Jamar Chase. Again, he does have to compete with Terry McLaurin for receiving work. So Jamar, through 7 games, 359 yards receiving, even though I would think at this point, Jamar should be a higher overall than Terry. And I'm a big Terry fan, but I thought Jamar Chase would be better having a better season. But Terry, 517 yards, so 359 for Chase. Only 1 touchdown through 7 games. Jamar Chase cannot catch a break. They started off good again. They were 4-3. They wound up going 7-9. So again, he will not be in the playoffs, which is crazy. 4th year in the simulation, 3 years missing the playoffs. First time was 1 and done with the Bengals. He has 1 more year to make the playoffs. We're trying to win Super Bowls. We can't even make the playoffs. But let's jump into week 18 against the Packers, get a touchdown with Jamar. So Jamar's rocking the number 18 for the Commanders. He's so open over the middle. There goes Jamar Chase with a spin move. Not a snow game this time around, but we do have a cold game in Washington. Gonna be wide open again. Good throw. Oh, what a catch by Jamar. What a catch by Jamar Chase. I don't think that was a good throw. I said it was a good throw. I don't know about that. But what a catch by Jamar Chase. I might be open on Jair Alexander. I tried it. Now let's see if we get this touchdown with Chase. We're at the 19. What a catch by Jamar. He is making some insane catches. I'm not putting him in the best spots to make these plays. I'm not even going to lie. But let's see. See if he can make a play for a touchdown. Looks wide open to me. Out of all of those to be picked off, that was the one to Jair. Now we got to drive all the way down the field. Let's see what Terry can do. I'm curious to see what Terry can do. Oh, Terry is disgusting. He's a 97 overall X Factor. Cannot believe Jamar Chase has no abilities. I don't think that makes any sense. But let's see if we can hit Jamar now. Crossing route could get open. Over the head of the linebacker. Terry throw a block. Okay, good catch. Gotta put this one in the end zone. Jamar is going to be open again. Jamar Chase having a sick drive right now. I'm surprised him and Terry couldn't get this team to the playoffs. We're going with the same exact play. I'm going to smart route it though. Should cut right at the end zone. Jamar, wide open this time. It's a gritty. We got 2 gritties in the video. One with the Eagles, one with the Commanders. Is he going to stay in the East next year? First year for Jamar Chase here that he doesn't crack the 1,000 yards receiving. He had 78 catches for 917, only 4 touchdowns this year. He did miss a game though. He only played 16 games. Not exactly sure when that happened. If he played that game, he might have had a chance to get to 1,000. He would need 83 yards. He averaged about 57 yards per game, so it doesn't look like he would have got it. But you never know. He gets 1 long touchdown, but 1 more year to go. And the final team for Jamar Chase. The final team. Where is Jamar Chase going? Year number 5. Can we make the playoffs at least? Chargers would be great, I would think. But again, we're 5 years in the future. I mean, Herbert has to be there. Has to have Justin Herbert. I don't know about Joey Bosa, Derwin James. These guys still there. JC Jackson. Are they still good? I have no idea. I want to know what happened to Justin Herbert here on the Chargers. Justin Herbert is no longer the Chargers quarterback. How is he not here? They lost him in free agency. We lost Jalen Hurts a couple of years ago. Now they lose Justin Herbert on the Chargers. We do have Jamar, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, 86 overall. No X factors, no abilities on this Chargers offense. We do have a 98 overall Derwin James and Joey Bosa still here with JC Jackson, but we've had some other teams that were much better than this, so I don't know what to expect. Week 8, Chargers going into their bye. Only 4-3, but it is a positive record, so they do have a chance at the playoffs. The AFC West, though, out of question. Chiefs are 7-0. They're going for a perfect season. Mahomes is still there, so it's going to be really hard to beat. This quarterback, though, Blake Bryan, he has 13 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,600 yards throwing. Mike Williams has 400 yards receiving. Chase has 372 in 7 games played with 6 touchdowns, so his touchdowns are pretty good. The Chargers actually made the playoffs. They are 9-8. They lost the Chiefs in week 18, but they still got in at 9-8, and I don't even think they're the 7th seed. They are not. They're the 6th seed, so they actually got to avoid the Kansas City Chiefs, who were the 2 seed in the first round. They get the New England Patriots, so you know we're definitely jumping in. First time Jamar has been in the playoffs since the first year of the simulation, back with the Bengals, but let's just see how good he was this year. He did get back over 1,000 yards receiving, ended as the Chargers' #1 receiver, 1,081 yards receiving. He had 11 touchdowns, played all 17 games with 81 catches. And because this is a playoff game, I don't want to interfere too much. We will jump in and see Jamar Chase on the field at some point. Next time they get the ball, we're going to jump in. Let's see. Chargers have the ball. They're down 10-0. I'm not going to play, though, because I don't want to impact the game either positively or negatively. So I want to see Jamar Chase just get the ball. I don't even know what number he's using. Where's Jamar Chase? That's Mike Williams. I want to say that's Chase at number 19. I believe that is him. Let's see if we can see him get a catch here. 2nd and 12. I think he's all the way at the top of the screen. The scoreboard might be blocking Jamar right now. Let's see if Jamar can get a catch. I don't even know who he went to right there, but that's not Chase. I'm jumping in for one play to get Jamar Chase 1 catch with the Chargers, and then we're going back to CPU versus CPU. Oh, Jamar Chase. I'm just going to go out of bounds. I don't want to get too many yards, maybe a touchdown. Now let's sim the rest of the game. Now we see if Jamar Chase is one and done again, or will he actually make it to the divisional? Down 17-3, 20-3, not looking great. Jamar Chase might be going home. He might not win one playoff game in the entire simulation. They make it close at the end, but Jamar Chase, people trying to figure out how many Super Bowls he was going to win. He didn't win one playoff game, but that is not his fault. But just a crazy simulation to not win one playoff game. That's going to do it for the video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. In the comments down below, let me know what challenge, what video do you want to see next. Peace.